watching this. So I have a couple of different messages to share. So I'm going to record this one and post it today. And I'll record another one. I won't be here on the new chapter today. But it will appear that way because I'm going to go ahead and record the next one as well. So today is brought to you by crab. As I was walking this morning, I got so many different messages from the Lord. I was like, yeah, okay, I can do that one, I can do that one. And then I started thinking about last night and watching the dolphins because they were so playful last night. I'll be figuring out something to go with those. Might do the devotion and then just post the dolphins with it at a different location. But then I thought about this crab that came hanging out. So I'm going to share with you some pictures of the crab. I think I might have gotten a short video of the crab. So we're going to pause this, come back to it, and let you see all that. And then I'll be right back. Alright, so how about that crab? So I'm going to have to speak a little bit louder. I realized from the first section of this video, the wind is very loud today. I've checked my settings and taken all the extra off, and I know that some of you are like, well, buy the fancy microphone lavalier thingy. And yeah, that's not going to happen for beach things because I like the ocean sound. So we're going to have to put up with the wind. So I'll speak a little bit louder. I think it might change when I turn the perspective. So I'm going to turn the perspective now, and hopefully that'll be a better sound quality as you watch the ocean and all that good stuff. Alright, so let's talk about that crab for a second because I did not think last night when I captured the little video clips and a couple of pictures, thankful to my daughter for one of those pictures. But I didn't think anything would come of the little crab. So we got back from a walk along the Sound because at the island that we're at, there's a section. It's a large part of the island that's connected with the Atlantic Ocean, and then it goes into the St. Helena Sound. And so we typically go down there in the evenings to watch sunsets, to watch the dolphins because they get really active over in that section. So my daughter and I had taken a walk. When we got back, we had taken a bag with us because we were just, have something to collect a couple of shells in, possibly do some future craft things with some of the oyster shells and things like that. And sat it down, went over, talked with my husband and watched my other daughter and her friend. And get back and I go to sit down and there's this little crab friend. I was like, oh, hello, how are you? Well, crab friend does like all crabs do. He took off. But he took off to Tori's towel. Now the irony here is as we were walking last night, Tori was in the water and we're pretty sure it was a crab that pinched her toe, or toes, her two little toes on one of her feet. And so she's like, they're just out to get me, they're just out to get me. And so we just thought it was funny because, obviously the crab was on my towel, it went off over to her towel. She's like, I'm done with crabs. She left, but then she came back to check him out. Well, I did finally get him to move, but then he moved to my towel. And not only did he move to my towel, he decided he was going to hang out near my bag. I was like, great, now I'm going to have a crab crawl in my bag, and we're going to have to empty all the contents and get this poor thing out. Well, I was fortunate enough, I was able to pick up the bag, and I was going to try to shoo the crab off the towel and hey, go back home. But the crab was not having that at all. The crab decided to cling to the handle in my bag. So I just thought it was hilarious. I don't have any video of that, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, you are not leaving. And so we were a good, I don't know, maybe about 10, 15, maybe even 20 feet. I'm not good with measurement. Feet from the shore, from the ocean line where the water was. And so, pick the bag up, take him out that way. And I know that my daughter's friend that's with us, she loved like going around and capturing some of the crabs, like, you know, playing with the ghost crabs and things like that. So I'm like, hey, we got a crab for you. But this little guy, he clung. He did not try to get off. Like, I had to get Kennedy to actually physically touch the crab and get the crab off the bag. I was just laughing too hard for this. But the lesson that I didn't realize was there. This crab was determined to hang on. Now, typically crabs are going to scatter and get back to their holes or to their living spaces. They're not going to totally interact a lot with humans and things like that. So there is some concern that maybe there's something wrong with the crab because he was a little bit slower and not really caring. Or he could have just really not cared at all and was like, whatever, person, I got my things to do. But the fact that, like, as we walked, he clung to the bag. He wasn't changing his decision. He was hanging on. And there are times that we want to hang on to things that we need to let go of. So for this crab, if he had continued to hang on and went home with us or anything like that, his survival would have drastically dropped. And that was not even the message I was intending to share with you, but that is something of importance. So we need to be careful with the things that we're clinging to. But the main message that I got this morning, as I was thinking on all of this, is the way in which we should be seeking relationship and clinging to God. So this crab found what he was looking for. He was having fun with it. He was stepping away but then coming back, stepping away and then coming back. And that reminds me so much of the way some of us take our Christian walk, our walk as a believer. You know, some of us dive right in and go wholeheartedly, full speed ahead at it, and that's the life we live. Some of us dip our toes and then we step away. We dip our toes and then we step away. We dip our toes and then we step away. And then we realize the only way is to stay in relationship with God the Father, to believe in Jesus Christ, His Son, and to have that indwelling of the Holy Spirit within us. And so that is what the message is. Be like this crab. He was not letting go. He was like, I'm determined. I'm going to cling to this. So let's cling to the hem of His garments. Let's cling to all that He has to offer us, all the gifts. To God be the glory.